After a bit of a hiatus with the books, I ended up coming back to it, finishing book four. Book four ended up coming out roughly a year after the first trilogy. I kind of took some time because, again, I was originally thinking, I'm done, trilogy's done, I'm not really gonna touch it again. And then I ended up with book four, Kyren, Sima's Revenge. And this one was the one that kind of got me thinking outside the box a little bit. The bulk of the first trilogy was extraterrestrial. Main characters are not from Earth. So I was like, okay, well, what if I do something outside of what my original plan was, with everything being so science fantasy? And Sima's Revenge starts out as like a witch story. A supernatural, well, witches also are supernatural, I guess, but a more science fantasy spin on witches. And after everything that's happened from the first trilogy, it's galaxies picking up the pieces. I wanted a story that was a little more contained, that did not end up with a massive galactic threat. Excuse me, galactic threat or anything like that. So it was contained primarily to Earth, and it was one of the first stories that took place almost entirely on Earth. Book two, Daughters of Rage, took place on Earth a little bit, but Sima's Revenge, I put some mystery into it, some occult practice type things, a little bit of detective work, and I felt like it was a nice pivot from the more action-oriented story that I had been building with the original trilogy. This book also was what made me decide that I was not going to do a traditional story structure. Like, it wasn't going to be one trilogy and then another trilogy and then another trilogy. It all connects like that. Only the first trilogy is truly a trilogy where it's like start to finish, all of these events directly lead up to the ending of the third book. With book four, I wanted to start a new trilogy, yes, but have it be themed and loosely connected. There are story beats that connect through the books, but they are not like direct part one, part two, part three. It's what happens in book four. There are pieces of that will show itself in book five. Pieces of book five will show itself in book six, and there will be connecting threads. But it's not a traditional trilogy like book one through three was. After book four, though, I was definitely confident that I was like, okay, I've done something here where I can kind of sit back and I think the story is cool right here. If I decide to write, if I decide not to. But it was less about not having a story to tell and more about, at that point, I was really trying to get a little more serious with the music and everything. And I started dumping all of my time and energy and resources into finishing those albums that would eventually release in 2020, as well as we started working on Marvel's projects and things like that. So it was a lot going on that really derailed books. And if I'm being honest, I think it was for the best. It gave me time to experience more, to get a new perspective on things, and to come back with some fresh ideas for the series. Book four, Sima's Revenge, is also available Barnes & Noble and Amazon in ebook and paperback.